everyone, welcome to Jolly Molly TV. Today we're going to stitch out another block in this amazing project by Urban Threads called Build a Halloween Bookshelf. And in today's video we're going to be stitching out this block right here, which is called Crystal Ball and Frog. So gather all your supplies, let's head over to the machine and let's get started stitching. Okay, we're at the machine. I've got black bobbin thread down below, black. I've got my hoop filled with a piece of the Poly No-Show Mesh Stabilizer. And let's go to the screen cam and load the design. Okay, I've got a Baby Lock Destiny. In case you have something similar, you can follow along. I'm going to click on Embroidery. Going to go to my flash drive. Going to go to my folder that says Halloween Bookshelf. And today's video, we're going to make this really cute block right here with the frog in it. Spooky stories and the frog. So it's going to click Set. We don't have to do anything to it. Go ahead and click Embroidery. Now, if you've been following along in the previous videos, you know that the first step that we're going to stitch out is an outside border right here. That's going to give us a placement line for the batting. It's going to tack down the batting and it's going to tack down the fabric. So we're going to stitch that 3 times. So to get to that step, I need to do a plus and minus, and then I'm going to go back 1 step. This is the first step. I'm going to go back 1 step, and it automatically takes me to the very last step, which is that outside border that I want to stitch. So we're going to be stitching this a total of 3 times, okay? So the first time will be right now, where I've got black thread on the top of my machine. I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to stitch the placement line for the batting. Okay, now I'm going to lay my batting down, covering all of that and making sure I've covered that stitch line on all 4 sides, and lay it nice and flat. Then I'm going to go back to the screen cam, and the system says, oh, I'm done. Click OK. We're back at the first stitch. Now we're going to click the back arrow 1 more time. That takes us back to that last stitch, which is that outline, which I want to stitch again. Okay, so I've got my batting in place. Leave your black thread up on top, and we're going to put the foot down, and we're going to tack down the batting. We leave black thread up on top because eventually it's going to match the black fabric that we're going to be tacking down. So all this here is going to be hidden within the block, so you'll never see it. So it doesn't matter what color thread you use for this step. Okay, so now I want you to take the hoop gently off the machine. I want you to take this over to a table and use your curved scissors and trim away all of the excess batting from around all 4 sides, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, we've got this all trimmed up. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be trimmed up. And then we're going to go to the screen cam and we're going to click OK. And I'm going to go back 1 more time. Hit that back button. Go back to that outline. We're going to stitch that 1 last time. That will allow us to tack down the fabric. So we're going to now get our fabric, and we're going to place it on top of the batting, like so. Okay, we'll clean up the fuzz in a second. We've got it laid down. Now, with black thread still up on top, let's tack down this fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm just going to clean this fabric up and get rid of all of that batting dust and fuzz that has accumulated on the black fabric. The edges don't matter. I just want to get the center nice and clean so that all that batting, fuzz, and lint doesn't get into my design. It really shows up prominently, obviously, on the black fabric, so you want to make sure you clean that before we start stitching. And then the machine thinks it's done. We click OK, and it's automatically gone back to the very first step. Click OK, and that's where we want to start. All right, so we got our color change sheet out for this block, the crystal ball and the frog. Just a reminder, it does not go up and down. It goes left to right. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, etc. Just make sure you know which direction your colors are in so you don't get that confused. All right, so it's left to right. So step number 1 is the battlefield, kind of a silver gray. We're going to be doing the pages and the crystal ball base, all right? That'll be fun to start. So go ahead and put your battleship, kind of a medium gray or silver, in the top of your machine, and let's get started. This is going to be an exciting block. You ready? I'm ready. And we're good, no loops. So let's get started. This is a 3-minute stitch out. Here we go. And we are off and running. So the next step, number 2, is going to be overcast gray, which is going to be just some accents on there where we just stitched. So this is like a lighter silver gray. Okay. You got this. This is going to be a fun block to do. All right. You ready? Let's do it. 1 minute. It's a 1-minute stitch out. Nice. Okay. So let's go to step number 3, which is terracotta, which is going to be for the bottom book shading. All right. This is like a kind of a brick red, rusty brick red. So put your terracotta thread in the top of your machine. And this is a 3-minute stitch out. Make sure there's no loops and we're good to go. Here we go. It's coming together. All right, so now we're going to go to step 4, which is copper, which is going to put some more shading accents on that book that we just stitched out. Okay, so put your copper thread in, and this is a 2 minutes in real life stitch out. Let's make sure we don't have a loop. Okay, we're good. Again, if you get a loop, get it out before you start stitching because it can wrap around break your foot or do damage to your machine, and we don't want that. Here we go. Cool. All right, now comes the fun part. We are going to stitch not only a book over here, but we're going to start stitching the frog. So we're on step 5, a dark teal thread. All right, so put dark teal in your machine. And this is a 5-minute stitch out. And no loops, we're good. Here we go. Let's stitch out the frog. Okay, we got the back side of the frog. I guess we have to wait till we get to purple to see the front side of the frog. Okay, we'll get there. Number 6 is green turquoise. So this is now going to do accent shading on those 2 areas, the book and the back side of the frog. Okay, this is a 3-minute in real life stitch out. So put your green turquoise thread up on top. And we got this. Oop, we got a loop. Get that loop out. Okay, foot down and let's stitch this out. Okay, we did the shading. Cool. So now we're going to go to the purple. Step number 7, majestic purple. So now we get to see the front side of the frog, and the crystal ball will also start to take shape. So this is going to be a fun one. So put your majestic purple thread up on top. You got this. You having fun yet? I am. I hope you are too. Make sure you don't have a loop. Okay, this is a 6-minute stitch out. Enjoy. All right, now we can see a frog. Okay, so that was step 7. So step 8 is the coffee break brown. And looks like we're going to be doing a book shading on this one. So let's put your coffee brown thread up on top. You got this. One thread at a time, one color at a time, no stress. You just enjoy the process and watch everything come to life. Here we go. Looking good. All right, so now we're going to do Mystic Lavender step number 9. And this is going to give us some shading on the crystal ball and the frog. Cool, so put your Mystic Lavender thread up on top. And this is about 4-minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Okay, that was number 9, Mystic Lavender. So now we're on number 10, which is Coffee Bean. And we're going to do the shelf. You know we're getting along when we finally get to stitch out that bottom shelf. So put in your shelf thread that you're using in the top of your machine. And let's stitch out the shelf. It's a 7-minute in real life stitch out. My bobbin thread ran out right at the end. So let's cut my thread. I think it has like 2 or 3 stitches left to go. but that's okay. What a spot for it to do it, right? Okay, so let's gently take off the hoop. Set it aside. And there it is. There, just like 2 inches left. No, a little bit more than that. All right. About 8 inches left. Okay, we got that one off. Let's reload it. And this is going to happen to you all the time when you do machine embroidery. Okay, if you're new to this. So just know that you're going to be replacing a lot of bobbin thread. Okay. So now I'm going to gently put the hoop back on the machine. Now let's go to the screen cam and let's back up about 10 stitches. Here we go. We'll hit return. Then I'm going to hit the plus and minus key. I'm going to go back 10 stitches. That'll give enough to basically restart and lock in the previous stitches and lock in the new stitches. Okay, let's go back to the hoop cam and put the foot down and let's stitch out the last few stitches here. A little bit on the corner. And there we go. That was it. All right. Okay, so now we're going to switch threads and we're going to go for sawdust for step number 11. And again, sawdust I have on the back of my machine because it's on a really big spool. Load your stardust thread. It's kind of a yellowy gold or whatever color you've chosen for your stardust. This is going to be the frog's eye. Oop, I got a loop. Get that loop out. All right, let's stitch his eye. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to put that stardust aside because we'll be using that again later. So now step number 12 is your emerald black, or in my case, my blue black, just to do some outline work. All right, outline probably on the books, it looks like. Yeah, and maybe on the frog. Okay, so you ready to go? Got everything loaded, no loop. Let's stitch it out. This is about a 3-minute in real life stitch out. All right, so now we're on to number 13, which is Mystic Lavender again. And this time we're going to be doing some line work on the frog's hat. So go ahead and load your machine with Mystic Lavender. I hope you're really enjoying this project so far. I know I am. I love what Urban Threads has done with this project, and I'm really excited to see it all come to life. And I hope you are too. It's a lot of work, but it is so worth it to see this amazing design come to life. All right, so let's stitch this out. This is only about a 1-minute stitch out. Okay, so we got that one done. So now we're going to a really fun one. This is going to be step number 14, which is your baby's breath. And this is going to do a lot of line work all over the books, the frog, the crystal ball, and some spider webs. So this is a 12-minute in real life stitch out. So just be patient, enjoy it, watch it stitch out, and see how relaxing this is. Okay? So we got baby's breath thread up on top. The loop is out. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yay, now we have a frog. Okay, so let's continue on. We're actually almost done. We're going to go to step number 15, which is khaki, which is going to be some line work on the middle book here, the one right here that's got a little bit of brown on it. We're going to do some khaki line work on that. All right, so load your thread up above. And let's do this. This is a 2-minute in real life stitch out. Enjoy. nice. Okay, so now we're going to do step number 16, which is the carrot color thread, because we're going to do some line work on the bottom book. All right, so put your carrot thread up on top, and we're getting there. We're doing a good job. We've got this one thread at a time. I just really like how relaxing it is. Whoops. You know, there's no stress. It's just adding the thread to your machine in the right order, getting your loops out, and then watching everything stitch out. So it's one of the reasons why I love machine embroidery. All right, so let's do this carrot thread. It's a 2-minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. All right, so we're on step 17, which is green turquoise. And this is going to be a little bit more line work on the frog and on the book on the far right. You got this. Here we go. Let's put your green turquoise up in your machine. And 3-minute stitch out. No loops. We're good to go. Enjoy. Very nice. Now our frog is complete. Okay, so now, whoops, we're going to, there we go, get that thread out. Now we're going to put in our sawdust thread. This is for steps 18 and 19 are going to use the same color thread. So grab your sawdust. Mine's in the back of the machine on a big spool. So I'm going to load my machine from that. You load your stardust, and we'll stitch number 18 first, which is a 5-minute stitch out. And then we'll turn right around and stitch number 19 with the same color thread. So I love it when they're back to back like that. Makes it easier. It's one less color change, right? Okay, so let's get going. 5 minutes for this first step. Here we go. Enjoy. Okay, so that was step 18. Step 19 is the same sawdust color thread. So I'm just going to put my foot down and I'm going to stitch out the words spooky stories. Here we go. Okay, that looks amazing. All right, so I'm going to swap out that thread. We are now going to go on step 20. You've got 2 left. And that step 20 is khaki. It's going to do the outline around the bottom book. All right, and the only step left after that is that outside border again. So you've got this. All right, so let's load our khaki thread up. Here we go. And this is a 2-minute in real life stitch out. You've got this. You're almost done. Here we go. Nice job. Okay, 1 left. And we're going to do the black outline around the outside edge of this block. I don't use like the emerald black or my blue black. I use actual black because I just want it to blend in with the fabric, but yet I'll be able to see it when we trim up the block. So I just use regular black thread for this. Loop. All right, so let's stitch out this outside edge, and then the stitching of this block will be done. Nice! That is really, really cool. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You did it! Congratulations! Okay, so take the hoop off your machine. You can take the block out of the hoop, and let's go over to the table, and I'm going to show you how to finish up this block. So quick change of plan. Go ahead and take your block out of the hoop and just set it aside with all the other blocks that you finished. What we're going to do is stitch all 9 blocks out first. Then I'll do a video that shows you how to finish them, and we'll do that for all 9 blocks at once, okay? So I hope you had fun making this block. I know I sure did. Looking forward to the next one. So please stay tuned here on Jolly Molly TV for more fun blocks in this amazing project, Build a Halloween Bookshelf by Urban Threads. So until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.